Every time I pull into a Woody's and I have one of the workers there help me clean the vehicle, they give me a little QR code.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, if you don't mind leaving me a good review. There's a sort of incentive structure
Yeah, that's right.
you've built into this, and that performance, that selfless service is actually somehow built in. How'd you build that in? Do they get high marks, or do they get a raise, or is there a bonus they get if they get a certain number of
Yeah.
high marks from customers?
Well, it used to be word of mouth. Why do we trade with the Greco's hardware store in Ybor? Well, word of mouth today, in my opinion, is the Google score.
Right. Yeah.
So I was sitting out there. In fact, it came out of failure working that same car wash, first one. We couldn't get anything right. So we ran free car washes for 2 weeks, not because we were generous, because nobody's going to pay if they knew how bad it was. So I pulled the whole team out of the office. We went out there and we started drying and washing cars. We detailed cars. I myself personally detailed cars for 14 days straight without a break because it was our only chance to make a first impression in the community. What that led to is that people are so blown away by the service, they perceive to be service, they started tipping people. Well, that developed a whole unseemly dynamic that I had to curtail. Let's say that I'm a Woody's member and I'm a tightwad, and let's say that you're a Woody's member and you're a generous guy when it comes to tipping. Well, I call it the pigeons and peanuts theory. You go over here to Publix and sit on a park bench and throw peanuts for about 2 days, you're going to have a lot of pigeon buddies. The third day, you come over there and you don't have any peanuts. You're going to have a lot of annoyed pigeons that are going to make your life miserable. And I saw that dynamic starting on my car wash.
Mm.
So I sat down and said, well, how can I triangulate a business decision? I'm always interested in the alignment of interest. And what I did was I came up with a thing which we filed for a patent on, trademark on, called the high five card with that QR code. And the way it works is this: when you walk, because we're all sick and tired of tipping. If I have to get asked for one more tip to get a bagel, I think I'll scream.
Yeah, it's exhausting.
Hell, the tip costs more than the product.
Right.
And there was a time when the product and the service were one combined product.
Yeah.
It's not a separate bargain.
Mm-mm.
So when they would come in and you ask to give them a tip, they'll hand you that card. And it goes like this: if you feel like that we have exceeded your expectation today with your car, we don't take tips. That's part of the bargain when you paid for the wash. However, for every 5-star Google review that I get, the company will tip me.
Wow.
I wanted to own that. I am fervently against socialism. We are not all equal, and we know that. There are losers and there are winners in this world, have been and always will be. When you have a tip jar, that means that 20% of the people in that operation are making that magic happen, while the other 80% are profiting from it. We don't do that. I want to know who's winning, and I want to know who's losing. The other thing it did for me is it gave me a perfect keyhole perspective into what the customer thought about my wash. We have a policy in our company: if you get anything less than a 5-star Google review, you have absolutely 48 hours to either make it go away or to make that thing into a 5-star review. I am proud to tell you that as of this moment, we are the second most reviewed company in all of Tampa Bay, more than the Bucks, more than the Lightning.
Company, period, not just car
Period.
wash.
Period.
Whoa.
We have over 68,000, I quit counting, 70,000 reviews. I think the only
Holy
people
shit.
that beat us is Busch Gardens, because they have millions of people come every year. I think they had, I don't know, last time I took 82, 83, 84,000, somewhere you can look it up. And not only that, but we are, on a composite basis, the most reviewed and the highest scoring company on Tampa Bay. And that's not just Tampa Bay. We're the most reviewed car wash in America.
Wow.
If you count up total reviews, we get on average anywhere from, you look at the one on Gandy, I don't know how many reviews. I quit count when it hit 4,000 or 5,000. And I think Mister has been there since that car wash was, they bought it in 2004. They might have 700 reviews now. And I don't know, they're now that we've started this, other car washes are trying to do it. Mod Wash is second. And that's only because I had some folks leave and steal it and try to do it at Mod Wash, but they've all left. So, I mean, you can look it up, but I mean, that's one of our brag points
I mean,
because
yeah, you've got David pulled it up here. Each location has 4, 9, 8,
that's it.
2,500 reviews.
Yeah,
Wow.
those are
6,000 on
6,000 reviews.
4th Street, 7,500. Holy shit.
That's right. What's the first thing that you go
Wow.
and look at on Amazon when you go to
Oh,
order a property?
absolutely.
Yeah,
There's so many different options today.
Sure.
Why would I choose something that has a low
Sure.
review? You're not.
No.
And by the way, once you go down that road of low reviews, that's a long way back up to the top. Hey guys, if you want to watch the full episode of this clip, click right here. Make sure to subscribe by clicking right here. Thank you for watching.